Welcome to Kegel's Produce Playground. I'm Chef Aloy and I'm joined by Chef Rafe. Chef, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you.
Tell us what you prepared for us.
Today I have made a whole roasted head of cabbage, and I've also stuffed it with bacon and onions.
All right, Chef, walk us through your cabbage dish.
So, I start with a whole head of cabbage. It's a normal whole head of green cabbage you can get any grocery store. I usually use a knife and I just carefully hollow out the inside. There's a big core that's on top of that. You want to have that facing up, and you're gonna use your knife and go all the way around there. So now I have bacon. I normally typically try to use a thick cut bacon because it's gonna shrink when it cooks. And I have normal, regular white onions, and I have some garlic cloves. So I slice nicely the garlic, I large dice the onion, and I kind of large dice the bacon. So now in a pan, I slowly heat up some olive oil and butter, and we're gonna just nicely sweat these ingredients, those three ingredients together. Maybe take about 5 to 10 minutes on this. So now I have this bacon mixture, and then I have a hollowed out head of green cabbage. We're gonna need to season up the outside of the green cabbage. Using a brush, nicely oil the outside of the cabbage. So what's gonna happen is you can use any kinds of seasonings that you like here. Here I have some barbecue spices that I like to use. Sometimes you can use just regular salt and pepper. You can kind of get creative here. So we're just gonna use seasoning, and we're gonna season the outside of the head of cabbage. So we're literally just gonna take this bacon, onion, and garlic mixture, and we're gonna stuff the inside of this cabbage. I'm gonna put some knobs of butter directly on top of everything. That's gonna help. The butter is gonna melt, it's gonna absorb into the cabbage, it's gonna moisten everything up. Put foil around the outside. The foil is gonna help steam it as it's roasting in the oven. So to roast this cabbage now, we're gonna put it in a convection oven, 300 degrees for 3 hours. After 3 hours, the cabbage is fully cooked, it's roasted all the way through. So we're going to let it rest. It's very hot at this point, so we're gonna let it rest a little bit so we can touch it and handle it. At this point, there's a little bit of a papery outside. I'm gonna take it, I'm gonna remove that. There's foil, I'm also gonna remove that. And then, so I'm gonna scoop out the inside of the filling. Some of it is a nice bacon and onion, so I'm gonna put that in a bowl. I'm gonna reserve that on the side, and I'm gonna add that back in later. I don't wanna cut that up too finely. Now we have this whole roasted head of cabbage. We're gonna cut that up nicely. I'm gonna square it, I'm gonna go one direction with a knife, and then I'm gonna move everything to the side. I'm gonna go the same direction again. So now we have the finished roasted chopped cabbage. We're gonna place that into a bowl, and then on top of that, we're gonna add back into it the bacon and the onions that were cooked in there earlier. I have some Lancaster sweet corn, and I also like to finish it with some fresh herbs. Here I have some chopped parsley, and I also finish it with a little bit of fresh chopped scallions.
All right, Chef, that sounds delicious. Let me try some of this. That's good, that's very good. I can taste the bacon, the garlic, even the butter, all the flavors melting together. I like how you roasted the onions and bacon inside that cabbage. It takes it to a whole different level. Chef, thank you for joining us here at the Kegel's Produce Playground. Make sure you try this dish at home, and I want to say thank you for joining us.